Participants, we are just waiting the of Mr. Deepak Jain. He has stuck in some kind of a technical problem. Give us 2-3 minutes. We'll sort it out and we'll join as soon as possible. Just give us 2-3 minutes, please. So, Jay, good evening. You can open your video as I can see. We have given you the co-host rights.
Yeah, good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ji. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Are you all fine?
My voice is clear?
Yeah, it's clear, sir. It's very much clear. So I think with your permission, we should start off the event.
Your voice actually is not clear to me.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
This is not very much clear. Is my voice clear?
Your voice is very clear. And doesn't matter, some people are not going to listen to me. They're going to listen to you. So, so we'll just try to start it sometime. Since we have started broadcasting this not only here but also on YouTube and LinkedIn. On YouTube, we can already see there are 5 or 6 people who have joined. So I think we should start in time. We have got a registration of more than 20 people. I think just they join in time. This being a Saturday and evening, they might take some time to join. But we will start in the time that we have promised our participants that we'll be starting the event. Before we start, just to introduce about CMA, I don't know how much you know about CMA. Calcutta Management Association is one of the oldest management associations in the country. In fact, we were formed way back in 1957. So we are considered as one of the four oldest management associations in the country, even before the IIMs were established. So thanks a lot for being associated with us, sir. Thanks a lot for approaching us. It's been our privilege to listen to you. Though I have listened to a few of your lectures via the YouTube and the other links that sent, other people would be interested in listening to you. I think the people would be pouring in. So, with your permission, may I start today's event, sir? Is it okay with you? I would like to introduce you and then hand the mic to you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot for joining on a Saturday evening. I understand a few of you are, as I can see, a few of you are absolutely on holidays, but you have joined. Thanks a lot to these people. I'm not going to name them, but it's really nice to see that people are interested in listening to good lectures. So in the meantime, may I just take a few words in introducing Mr. Deepak Jain. It's my privilege. I'll take this privilege today. He is the head of Deepak J and Associates, company secretaries. He's the founder of, as you have seen already, Vijayash Learning and Development Private Limited, a mental health startup. He's the founder of Vijayash Foundation, a L&D organization. He's the ex-vice president and company secretary of Unitech Limited. And there are a few more. I'm not going to take much time in doing this because we would like to listen to him. And further, just to wind it up, during the last 10 years, after facing the various ups and downs, we started a journey of self and spiritual development, and in the process, developed himself as a motivational speaker. Later, in April 2016, he founded the Vijayash Foundation. Why I wanted to tell this is because we are going to listen from him as Vijayash Foundation, and we are going to basically be motivated by what he's saying. It is basically a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual upliftment training center for people. So may I request Mr. Jain to kindly take us throughout the journey of today's evening. Sir, it's all up to you.
Okay, thank you. So we can start now. Okay, thanks. A very good evening to all of you. I express my thanks and regards to the Calcutta Management Association for giving me this opportunity to share my views on happiness with all of you. I also express my thanks and regards to all the participants who have spared their valuable time and joining this webinar, listening my views on the topic. I will try to give my best. Happiness, we all know, is the most important topic in the present world in India and abroad because of pandemic, because of various conflicts we have been experiencing in the society, in the nations, in the world. We all know the Indian economy and the world economy is suffering because of various conflicts and other issues. So happiness, maintaining a sustainable level of happiness is very important for all of us to learn how we can maintain a level of sustainable happiness. So how much time I have, sir? Can I ask again?
Yeah, sir, it's all up to you. We had thought it from, hello, yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, till 7:15 we had thought, but now I think since we have started about 5 minutes late, we can go up to 7:20, 25, and then we'll take a question answer session for about 5 minutes.
Fine. I will try to finish by 7:15, and then for 15 minutes we will have an open house session. We can have question answer, and the participants also can share their views. I always appreciate when we share our views also, because whenever we have an interactive session, we learn more. And when we have only one way session, it is not that much effective. So friends, I would like to share my screen. In fact, let me try sharing my screen. Yes. So I hope my screen is visible clearly. Thank you. So friends, the topic is building sustainable happiness in challenging times. So first of all, I would like to define the meaning of sustainable happiness. Sustainable happiness is the happiness that contributes to individual, community, or global well-being and does not exploit other people, the environment, or the future generations. So when we contribute to the happiness of ourselves and our community and our nation and the world, and we do not use other people, and we also work for environment uh, for the future and the future generations, we can attain sustainable happiness. It comes from what we give, not what we take or even what we have. People who find their unique gifts and able to offer them to others are often the happiest people. It is difficult, but this is true. Winning the respect and admiration of your peers matters more than having stuff. You don't have to be rich to be happy, but instead to be a valuable contributing member to your groups. Happiness increases when we have the respect of our peers, but not necessarily when we have higher income or more wealth. Sustainable happiness is about recognizing that your happiness is interconnected with other people and the natural environment. No human being in this world can remain happy uh, within himself. Happiness is derived when we are interconnected with other people, when we are social, and we are interconnected with the nature, with the environment. Our happiness comes from satisfaction in helping others, forming healthy relationships, and protecting the environment instead of momentary material pleasures. We all know, but many times we forget this. So we need to continue to repeat these affirmations, these points to us, because these are the well-established research and theories done by all the humanitarians, psychologists, and great spiritual leaders. So I appreciate the Calcutta Management Association for convening this webinar on happiness, because when we repeat positive thoughts, positive webinars, we develop positivity and happiness among ourselves, among our society. So friends, sustainable happiness is derived when we love ourselves, we love others, we help others, we love and help the nature and the environment. It is also important that we take care of our nature and the environment. We all know the India and the world, we are all facing global warming, sustainable concern, climate crisis. So it is important that we also take care of ourselves, other human beings, and the nature and the environment for a sustainable happiness environment for ourselves, for our family, for our society, for our nation, for the world. So the topic is challenging times, sustainable happiness in challenging times. So what could be our challenging times? It could be we face failures, adversities, and sufferings in life. I don't think any person in our country or the world over, everyone faces failures, adversities, and sufferings. And then we have relationship and sufferings. We have issues in our profession, in our business. We all need success, and there is a lot of competition. Then we have pandemic, we have physical health and well-being issues. So these are challenging times, and if we can manage these challenging times well, it leads to happiness. So in the later part of my presentation, I would like to discuss a lifestyle, a sustainable lifestyle to discuss how we can take care of these challenging times which we face off and on in our life. I believe positive attitude can do wonders in our life, even if sometimes we face adversities, and many times we think that my positive attitude is not working. But still, I suggest that we should continue to have our positive attitude, positive affirmations, I call it. For example, we need to repeat that in every situation, I remain happy, healthy, confident, cool, calm, etc. I radiate happiness, joy to others, to nature, to the universe. I like others, I love others, I like the nature, I love the nature, universe, and the world. And simultaneously, I always remain free of grievances, free of attachment, free of complaining, criticism, selfishness, unnecessary desires, craving, etc. So these positive affirmations, positive attitude is very important to live a life with happiness, a life with success, joy, well-being. It is difficult, but with patience, with an attitude of never give up attitude, we should maintain our positive balance, positive attitude. We all should have a never give up attitude in our life. So friends, what we want from a good life? हमको इस लाइफ से क्या चाहिए? What is the purpose of this life? If I ask, what is the purpose of this life? Happiness. So it has been well settled among psychologists, humanitarians, great spiritual leaders world over that we all human beings live for happiness. So when it was told that we all live for happiness, then someone asked, if we all live for happiness, is not it selfish? अगर जो मैं सिर्फ अपनी happiness के लिए जीता हूँ, तो that become selfish. And we are told since beginning that as told in Gita and other scriptures, that we should live a selfless life. So friends, no, it is not selfish to live for my happiness, because in one research it was found that all those people who live a happy life, they have a few qualities. And what are those qualities, my dear friends? The qualities are the happy people are, they are sociable, they live in society, they interact more with the society. For example, we are interacting now with a positive attitude. Whenever I do any happiness sessions, I found that we all interact with a happiness attitude. And if anyone, I have found various cases that they told me that in the beginning they were feeling little opposite, but at the end of the session they start feeling happy, because when we do webinar and seminars on happiness, it vibrates happiness to each other. So qualities kya hai happiness ki? That we are social, we are flexible in our views, we have creativity, we care for the nature and the environment, we have an attitude of loving others, we have an attitude, we forgive others, we are open. It is very important, we are flexible and open. In an open and flexible mind can live a happy life. And then we help others. So if we are having these qualities, we look a happy life. So we will see that if I want to live a happy life, so it benefits not only me, it benefits to others also. And what are the qualities if we live an unhappy life? The unhappy people, they are self-focused people. They concentrate on themselves. They are socially withdrawn. They live a reserved life. They hold onto grudges. They all have grudges in their mind against others. They never trust others. They lack trusting others, and they are busy with gossips and complainings. And they think a lot about something unpleasant, and they feel opposing others, against others. So it is not selfish that we live a happy life. If we live a happy life, it helps me, it helps my society, it helps my family, and it helps my nation and the world. So search for happiness. We learn in process that it offers benefits not only for the individual, but for the individual's family and for the society at large as well. For example, 20 years ago, when I was struggling in my life, I was suffering, having various adversities and failures in my life, and was living an unhappy life. When I decided that whatsoever I need to live a happy life, and I develop myself as a happiness coach, I develop myself in whatever way I can develop. And now, after living a happy life, I'm spreading happiness to my family, to my society, to wherever possible. Thoughts deteriorate my mind. These thoughts deteriorate my mind. Anger, frustration, criticism, complaining, cursing my past, attachment feeling, agitation, violence, feeling of loneliness. These thoughts deteriorate my mind. So, friends, if my mind is full of these thoughts, it is impossible to attain happiness, but to talk about sustainable happiness. So many people I found, they are filled with these thoughts, and they are blindly pursuing happiness. It is very difficult to pursue happiness with these thoughts, my dear friends. And these thoughts keeps me happy, having a feeling of love, affection, thankful and gratefulness, forgiveness, gentleness, feeling of openness, and compassion. The compassionate feeling creates a kind of openness and being happiness. And this is the origin of human nature. It is said that the God lives inside each and every human being. And if God lives inside us, we need to have these qualities, and we need not have these qualities. So happiness is a state of mind, my dear friends, rather than external factors. Happiness depends on my mind. Happiness depends on the thoughts of my mind. It doesn't depend on the thoughts of other minds. But majority of the people, they think that if uh, uh, they rely on others for their happiness. We can discuss in the open house session. Majority of the people, they rely on others for their happiness. So success or sorrow affects us, but sooner we return to our baseline. So if I get some material benefit in my life, if I get promotion, if I get increment, if I get some material success, I feel good for some time. But after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, I again my mind return to that basic level. So happiness may or may not be derived from those material things. It is derived from my mental state, that my thoughts. So materialistic desire, it never gets fulfilled. It leads to depression and greed. Greed can never be fulfilled. Inner contentment can be more useful. If I say that मेरे अंदर शांति है, मैं satisfied हूँ, innerly contentment है, then I feel more good. How to achieve contentment? To obtain everything what we want and desire. So someone said that whatever I want, let me have that. So what do you think? What we think that अगर जो मैं जो whatever I want, if I get, I will get happiness. It may or may not be, and certainly it may not be. So more reliable. What is the more reliable? More reliable is to appreciate and be thankful and grateful what we have. So if I appreciate and count my blessings, and I'm thankful and grateful to the God, to the nature, to the universe, to others, that whatever I have, I am happy. It gives a more feeling of contentment. So contentment never attained when I get each and everything whatever I want and I desire. So there is a difference between pleasure and happiness. We can see when we have a feeling of pleasure, our mind, how the pleasure reaches at which points, and when we have happiness, it spreads to whole of my mind. So pleasure can be physical it can be derived from physical items, luxury item, drugs, and happiness is a state of mind. And happiness can be achieved when I attain a state of mind where there is no sufferings. Training the mind for happiness. Mind is the only instrument which we need to train for happiness. Mind is the only basic equipment we need to achieve complete happiness, my dear friends. And mind management is the life management. If we can manage our mind well, we can manage our life, we can manage our happiness level. Let us discuss some life skills. Ignorance is bliss. Many people they live a closed life. They never discuss, they never become open, and they think that whatever thoughts they have, this is the ultimate for their happiness and a good life. But ignorant people can never live happy. They live in illusions. So what I mean that we need to open ourselves and have discussions with others. What is truth? Past, present, future. If we live in present, we can live a happy life. If we live in past, we can never live a happy life. So, similarly, if we live in future and we worry about future, we cannot live a happy life. Expectations. If we continue to have expectations from others, it is difficult to live a happy life. Because if I continuously expect something from others and those expectations are not fulfilled later on, I will face a state of unhappiness. Love versus attachment. We need to have love, not attachment feeling. We also call attachment moho. So love gives us happiness, attachment gives us sufferings. And death a reality. We should not have fear about death, and we should not have sufferings when our love near and dear ones they have to face this reality, because death is in the hands of the God and not in the hand of the human beings. My dear friends, our mind is a holy instrument. If you put in any negative emotion, talk about human beings, it will not let you be happy. Any bad talk, grievances, complaints, criticism is not good for your mind and for your happiness. Put only positive virtues, emotions, spiritual thoughts in your mind. It will definitely lead to happiness, my dear friends. Human beings are goal-oriented beings. People having goals in life are more happy than others. Never get disappointed about any bad phase, outcome of your life. Stick to your goals, imagine, visualize your success and be happy. So whenever we have any bad phase, for example, over the last 2 years, we have been facing pandemic. We should never get disappointed with any bad phase in our life. We should stick to our goals and convince ourselves that my future is good. So we need to live in present. But when our present is not good, like we faced pandemic in the last 2 years, we should visualize our future, that my future is good and this present will soon pass over with my patience, with my wisdom level. So achieving happiness, the long lasting approach. What is the long lasting approach for achieving happiness? I have discussed these thoughts, but I will discuss now what lifestyle we should follow to live a good life. We all have stress, problems, sufferings. We all suffer. Why? Someone told me when I suffered 20 years ago, many people used to tell me that I am suffering because of my destiny. I was suffering because of my past birth. But I thought later on that we suffered because of lack of wisdom, lack of self-development. So the remedy is only self-development, self-awareness, self-help, self-learning, and we should learn only universally accepted principles. And we need to change ourselves to live a good life. Never bother to change others and the situations, and move towards spiritual growth. On change, I always learned the quote of Mahatma Gandhi, who used to said that be the change you want to see in the world. So when we change ourselves, we can live a happy life. We cannot live a happy life by changing others. We can live a happy life by changing ourselves, my dear friend. This is the most important truth. we need to understand, my dear friends. So sustainable happiness is derived from sustainable lifestyle, and sustainable lifestyle leads to sustainable happiness. So how we can drive sustainable happiness, and what is a sustainable lifestyle? My dear friends, sustainable lifestyles, I mean that we need to nourish the three important parts of our life, that is body, mind, and soul. I call soul as spirituality. So we need to nourish continuously our physical body, our mental strength, our spiritual strength. We need to develop our physical, mental, and spiritual strength to live a good life, to live a sustainable happiness life. My dear friends, this human body is unique. It has trillions of cells. It has hundreds of bones. This body is unique. It has a small intestine which is 23 feet long. So this is a unique body. It needs to be serviced. It needs to be nourished. It needs to be developed. And the body can be developed by doing exercise, rigorous exercise. And we all know, my dear friends, yoga is the best discipline to develop ourselves. To have a sustainable lifestyle, we need to develop our body. We need to develop our physical well-being to live a good life. We cannot ignore our physical well-being. Yoga is an ancient practice that involves physical stretches, concentration, and deep breathing. Yoga means union with nature, with the universe, and the all human beings. Yoga increases our physical, mental, and spiritual energy. It is a wonderful discipline, my dear friends. It has the potential to change our life completely. Because when we do yoga, our cells, our nerves, our bones, each and every part of our body gets affected, and yoga has the potential to change our body, our mind. In a period of 3 months, we can change our body, our mind after 3 months if we do at least 1 hour yoga daily. So nourish your body with the help of yoga, with the help of pranayam and a good diet. We need to have a vegetarian diet which can keep us healthy, happy, and also it nourishes my body and my mind and my soul. So my dear friends, after nourishing my body, we need to build a strong mind. We need to nourish our mind. We need to develop a balanced mind. We need to develop a mind with peace, with happiness, with wisdom. So how can I nourish my mind? We need to have goals in our life. We need to do meditation. We need to do positive affirmations. We need to read the life of great people. We need to read the great people to nourish my mind. As I nourish my body with good food, I nourish my mind with good thoughts, the thoughts of great people, the great life, uh, the great human beings. If I tell you, all the great people I found in this world in India, they have been all great readers. They have been wonderful, great readers from Rabindranath Tagore, from Vivekanand, from Mahatma Gandhi. They were all great readers, including foreign spiritual and great leaders, Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln. They were all great readers. So again, have some goals in our life. The people who have goals, they live a happy life. You see, we all know after retirement, the majority of the people, they are not able to live a good life because after retirement, we lose various goals. But I, as a motivational speaker, always recommend that you should have goals in your life. You should have goals. You should have
Mr. Jain? Yeah, Mr. Jain.
Yeah, for a few seconds I lost connection.
I understand, sir. Please continue.
It will take 10 seconds again. Just hold it.
While Sir tries to connect back to his PowerPoint, may I request everyone to be ready with the questions? I've got a few questions on the chat box already, but today I would like to do something a little different since we have, I can see many important people who have joined today, like Dr. Chattopadhyay, Mr. Banerjee, who have joined. I would request you to kindly put up your hands when we say that we are ready for the questions. We'll take 2 or 3 questions, but we'll ask you personally to unmute yourself and ask the questions directly to Dr. Jain. So after he finishes this lecture and his PowerPoint, we'll come back to that question answer session. So it's all up to you. Thank you.
So Buddha, we are discussing about mind. I always quote Buddha whenever I discuss mind. Buddha said, "The mind is everything what you think you become." So when Buddha said, "The mind is everything what you think you become," I again recommend reading. When we read and we are convinced about our life, we make our goals that we can attain our goals, and whatever we decide, we can attain with the help of determination, with the help of positive attitude. And my dear friends, with the help of meditation, we can nourish our mind. Meditation is an exercise where we sit in silence, we concentrate on our breathing, we develop a state of mind where there is no thoughts, and then we do meditation and positive affirmations. Meditation is a wonderful, terrible discipline which has the power to change our life completely, my dear friends. Benefits of yoga and meditation, my dear friends, there has been a lot of scientific study has been done on the benefits of yoga and the meditation on the human minds. I just have given in my slides various studies. Scientists and academia in the West have documented many positive effects of the practice of the East, like yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. Harvard neuroscientist Sarah Laser has shown that long-term meditators have a thicker cortex, the area of brain that specializes in high-level decision making. So there have been various scientific studies which have proved that doing yoga and meditation, it improves my brain function and it helps me living a young life, a better life. So a 50 years old person with the help of meditation can develop the energy of a 25-year young people. It has been proved scientifically. And then while we are sitting in meditation, do positive affirmations, repeat the words of well-being to you. My happy thoughts help create my healthy body. I always remain in perfect health. I always remain cool, calm, peaceful. All good things happen to me. I'm full of divine energy. I'm full of confidence. I radiate, radiating in the future and attracting a bright future. So whenever we face any pandemic, any difficult times, repeat these positive affirmations while sitting in meditation. It will have a wonderful effect on your mind, your well-being, my dear friends. And I again have a slide on reading books. Reading really helps, my dear friends. Neuroscientists have discovered that reading a fiction improve brain function on a variety of levels. But always read great books, good books. Never read any local stuff. When we read more, we see more. जब हम जितना हम ज्यादा पढ़ते हैं उतना हमें दूर का दिखाई देता है, और जब हम नहीं पढ़ते हैं तब हमारा जो our area is very limited, short, when we do not read. When we limit ourselves to our office, to our family, to our television, to our newspaper, we limit our boundaries to ourselves. So when we read, we expand our boundaries, my dear friends. I again repeat, all leaders are readers, my dear friends. In this world, I have found all great leaders, they have been great readers. In fact, various great leaders, they have wrote various books, and we know Rabindranath Tagore, Vivekanand, and all those great leaders, they have wrote various stories and books also. I have also given an illustrative list of books. We can always find it on Google. What are the best books available to nourish my mind, to enrich my mind with good thoughts? Because my life depends on my mind, on the thoughts of my mind. If my thoughts are good, my mind is good, I can live a wonderful life. And then, my dear friends, after nourishing my body, nourishing my mind, I need to nourish my soul. Soul means here my spirit, spirituality. It is said that all the human beings have God lives inside us. So if the God lives inside me, then I need to do all those acts which will be liked by the God. So if God lives me, I need to follow humanity. Humanity is the best religion. I need to help others. I need to be kind toward others. I have positive interactions. So since for the last half an hour, I have been discussing, telling you about positive attitude. So it must be influencing your mind towards a positive attitude. We are doing positive interactions. It is nourishing our soul. So when my soul gets improved, when I nourish my soul, it can attain wonderful results in my life. It can transcend my limits as a spiritual being. So human beings are not actually physical beings. We are spiritual beings. And if I am a spiritual being, I transcend my limits. I cross my limit. I can do wonders. We all know in India and the world, there have been human beings who have done wonderful results, and they have been able to do this with the help of nourishing their body, their mind, their soul. So my dear friend, this is a lifestyle. This is a self-development process. Do it for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Do it sincerely. If you do not find results, do it more sincerely. It happens, my dear friend. Gita is all about, if we hold out till the end, victory is assured. So if you decide today, hey God, that I want to live for happiness, I want to live a great life, and I want to follow a right path, I want to follow a good karma, I have my goals. So Gita said that if you follow a right karma, you are on a right path, you have goals, you have a burning desire, there is no way you will not get victory. You will definitely get victory. You will be able to control yourself, your mind, and victory over yourself is assured. Definitely, definitely. This is the crux of Gita, to get self-realization. This Calcutta is near to Bodh Gaya, I believe, and Bodh Gaya is the place where Gautam Buddha got enlightenment. So Buddha said that if we are on the right path and if we attain self-realization, this is the destiny of the human beings, to develop themselves, to become great human beings. Uh, uh, First, serve yourself, then serve your family, serve your society, serve your nation, serve this world, for a great world, a great nation, a great life. And the last but not the least, laughter is the best medicine, my dear friends. हंसते रहें, हंसते रहें, हंसते रहें. We do not laugh because we are happy. We are happy because we laugh. I repeat, we do not, हम इसलिए नहीं हंसते क्योंकि हम खुश होते हैं. जब हम हंसते रहते हैं तो खुशी अपने आप आ जाती है, सक्सेस अपने आप आ जाती है. But never laugh on others, laugh on yourself. Have the courage and wisdom to laugh on ourselves. Gandhi used to laugh on himself. When we laugh, we create ripples of happiness in the universe. While we create ripples in a river, while we throw a stone. When we laugh, our body produces powerful chemicals called endorphins, which build my immune system. Many times we carry a baggage of past sufferings and we do not laugh, and we do self-talk. When we get success and happiness, then I will laugh. You spiritual intellectuals say we do not laugh as such because happiness is felt inside by our heart. This bodily happiness is artificial. My dear friend, once I was living a spiritual discourse from one religious guru. So he said happiness comes from within. That doesn't mean I should not laugh from my body. You're getting my point? Once I told my audience, once I told my audience, let us laugh. They said, one participant said, I will not laugh because for happiness comes inside me. So I'm not feeling happy inside, so I will not laugh. So we should not follow. Sometimes we get hallucination instead of spirituality. So please do laugh. You will definitely become happier. Ignorance is bliss. Let us defy this statement and move towards wisdom through learning and development. So I again appreciate Calcutta Management Association for doing this learning and development webinar, because when we learn and when we develop ourselves, we move towards a good, better, happy life for ourselves, for our society, for our nation, for our world. Thank you, my dear friends. Very, very thanks to all of you for patience hearing. Now we are open for open house discussion. I would like to hear your views. We can discuss question and answer sessions.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. We have received a few questions, but I would request, as I have already said in the chat box, that if there's anyone who would like to ask the questions personally, you may please raise your hand so that we can give you the right to ask a question directly to Mr. Jain.
I would like to hear your views also. If anyone like to.
Everybody, you were asking a few questions. Would you like to just raise your hand? In that case, I can give you the right to say something. Bandu, would you like to say something?
Yeah, please come forward. Mr. Banerjee would like to say something. Yes, Mr. Banerjee.
Mr. Indranil Banerjee is our joint treasurer of Calcutta Management Association. He will
actually it was a live great session altogether. There was some problem in the system. That's okay. but as a whole, it's quite a new learning, and couple of thought-provoking questions are cropping in my mind. I'd just like to get it clarified from you, as because you are specialist in this particular area. Before before going to the questions, just for the new joinee, I would like to say that Calcutta Management Association is one of the oldest association of management fraternity in the West, not only in Kolkata, West Bengal, rather in India. It is in fact started simultaneously with AIMA. Okay. Now AIMA is because they are handling the forum from the central level. They are obviously our boss in two sense. We are the LMS. That's okay. But the intriguing question that is cropping in my mind, as a professional, I am into HR domain. So suppose I have to issue a pink slip to my employee, and then at the same time I want him or her to be happy. How it could be materialized? Because as a taskmaster, I have to take quite tough decision, which may not be friendly to the persons concerned. So in that case, this contradicting situations cropped up. How best you can handle these situations? This is a question that's cropping in my mind. Yes, please.
We do face such situation as a HOD in an organization, but while we cannot hurt others, while we cannot take any action which can work towards the unhappiness of others, but simultaneously we need to be practical. If we have taken any disciplinary action against others, and it requires as per the disciplinary committee of our organization, then we need to convince the fellow that we have to take this decision, and you should take it positive and develop yourself in your life. We should not, whenever we face any adversity in our life, we should use that adversity as an opportunity to develop ourselves. So if you have taken any action against any person because of his performance, then you need to convince him that develop yourself after this practical situation in your life. You need to motivate him for a good life, that develop yourself and move towards a new life, a new organization. And it may happen that it may happen that after you develop yourself, you can approach us again and we can again consider you. So if you have taken that action against any employee on grounds of performance, then this would be the answer.
Yes, Mr. Jain, quite an intriguing answer altogether. It is very, as you are into the practicing field for many years, so it is quite appreciable. Another thing was cropping in my mind. Just you were saying that people should take it forward. They should not stay in the past. Okay, but again, suppose some past incidents are helping you to be happy. Again, this kind of contradictions. Suppose I am remembering my forefathers, that I'm just praying, or I'm praying for him every morning. I know that that is not going to give any tangible thing to me, but still some kind of happiness is there. But at the same time, we should not stay in the past. So again, this kind of contradicting situation occurs in our life altogether. What is your take on that?
No, I said, and normally, which is true, that if I have suffered in my life in the past, for example, if I suffered in my childhood because of whatever reason, in the hands of any relative, any friend, or whatever, so I should not curse my past continuously. Suppose if I did not get good education in my past for whatever reason, so I should not continue to curse myself that maybe if I would have got good education, I would have got more success. If I might not, अगर जो मैं past में सफर नहीं किया होता, तो मैं अच्छा grow करता. So we should not have that thoughts in our mind. Whatever happens and happens, you cannot change your past. So develop yourself in the present and move towards your future. So okay. I have found many people I told you, majority of the people they stick to your past, their past, and remember their sufferings, and they suffer, and they I mean, their life become miserable. So it is very important that we live in present and enjoy our life, and never worry about future. Make goals and move towards a better future. I tell you the example of a world leader. You know, Hitler. Because of Hitler, 2 crore people died in the Second World War. And when I read his story, in his childhood, he suffered in the hand of his father. His father used to torture him. His father used to torture him, and then he actually took revenge from the world of his suffering in the hands of his father. So he lived an unconscious life. He took revenge from his suffering. So I again say that we should never stick to our past, live in present, and move towards future. Yes, let us. Let others also discuss something.
Yes, absolutely. This is the questions. The questions are on the floor, please, sir.
Yeah.
I'll ask the questions, since I understand that people are not really comfortable coming on the mic.
Dr. Subhash, Sushil Kumar, Dr.
I'll just read the questions, Mr. Jain. There are 2 questions that I have just taken up because we are already at 7:20.
You can also share your views, Dr. Professor Deva Prasad. I will request, sir. Many learned people, I can see many learned people are there. Many learned people are there. If they can share their views also, I mean, it can increase my learning also.
I'll just share the question first. Mr. Jain, am I audible?
आपकी voice actually शुरू से थोड़ा clear नहीं है. Your voice is not clear.
Am I audible? No.
Yeah, you are audible, but it is slightly not clear.
Okay, I understand. Maybe there's a problem with my speaker. I'll just try to make the question as simple as possible. This is a question from Abhimanyu Das. Grudges basically occur due to ego clash. Sir, can you suggest some remedy in controlling our ego?
Are you reading the question from anywhere?
Yeah, from the chat box. You can go to the chat box. It's in the chat box. Mr. Abhimanyu Das.
No, I have not seen any question on the chat box. 7:16 p.m. the last. Please raise your hands, whatever want to ask questions. I have not seen.
I'll just post it once again, sir. Just a minute.
Yeah, please.
But am I absolutely not audible?
Yes, you are audible. Even you are audible. But my gentleman is looking for the question in the script format. Could you please forward it again?
I'm trying to do that, but that will take some time. Just a minute.
There are many participants, learned participants. I would again request all of them to raise questions, to share their views. But again, in the chat box, I have not found any question. So you can repeat.
Sir, I've given you the question. Please.
Grudges basically occurs due to ego clash. Sir, can you suggest some remedy in controlling our ego? Yes. First of all, we need to convince myself that okay, I have some problem I attracts ego. Then I need to do positive affirmations to my mind that my mind is free from ego and I am full of humbleness. I follow humility. Whatever words I repeat to my mind, it gets impressed on my mind. So if I repeat continuously to my mind, in particularly in the form of meditation or writing, that my mind is free of ego and I am full of humbleness. I follow humanity. I follow humility, humbleness. So when you repeat it continuously, so after some time, after 1 month, your mind will ignore ego problems with you. So this is developed by following a path of self-development. It cannot be developed overnight, or आपने सोचा, or there is no ready-made formula to get rid of your ego. It can be developed through practice, through reading a book on being humbleness, or repeating continuously thoughts of humbleness to your mind. Because mind is an instrument. Whatever you repeat continuously to your mind, it gets impressed on your mind. Sir, can we relate expectations with our goals to be attained? The question is not clear. Expectations, I discuss expectations. The expectations we have in our relationship. When we have expectations in our relationship and those expectations are not fulfilled, we suffered in our life. And the goals I discussed for making goals for moving towards a good life, professional goals and goals on spirituality to become a good human being. So there is a difference between expectations and our goals. There was one more question I answered. This. Yes, any other questions, please? I again request, please share your views and questions.
For the last time, may I request the participants, if you really wish to ask a question, kindly do so, else we'll call it a day. Because Dr. Chattopadhyay is also saying to me on my private chat that he is facing problem in the speaker, in his connection and all. That is quite obvious nowadays. I don't think there are any more questions. May I request in that case, Mr. Indranil Banerjee, the Joint Treasurer of Calcutta Management Association, to kindly do the honors and propose the formal vote of thanks on behalf of Calcutta Management Association. Sir.
Thank you, Anirban. It is a great learning session for all of us. It is we have a small crowd, but they are very much engaged, and they came out with many suggestions in the past also, as well as they came forward with the program. So my first big thank to all the participants who joined, who took it seriously, and rather than going for evening outing, they are stick for now for more than an hour. And my special privilege, gratitude to our today's speaker, Mr. Deepak Jain. We had a very wonderful session altogether. As HR manager, the roles we are having a shifting role. Now we are known in the industry as happiness manager. It is a very critical kind of things, because practicing ER or IR at the same time with the playing the role of a happiness manager is a very difficult proposition altogether. But we need to, and people do not expect that we limit ourselves in the lip services. They want the deliverable. So I just expect that in the future we'll touch base with Mr. Jain and come out with suggestions and patronage to the Calcutta Management Association. My special thanks to the organizers, the executive committee of CMA, led by Mr. TVS Senoy. And with that, I call the evening and wish you all the best for the happy weekend. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thanks to all the participants. Thanks to the organizers. Thanks. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nice listening to you. We will definitely come back to you, as I have already spoken about. We will come back to you regarding further programs and further specific topic programs that on workshop basis and all of that later on.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thanks to all the participants.